Okay, guys, 9 o'clock. So today we have Alessandro Monterosso, co-founder and CEO of PatchAI with strong T skills. Alessandro Montesero is the ideator of PatchAI, a medical device for conversational and empathetic patient data collection that entered the market at the end of 2019. So speaking today on the impact of COVID-19 and new drug development, please welcome Alessandro. Alessandro, floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for your time. I'm pleased to present to you. Let me share my screen. Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me here today. I would like to talk about the impact of COVID-19 on new drug development. During the last 100 years, the pharmaceutical industry did an enormous progress. We started from what is called blockbuster medicine, one size-fits-all approach, with the medicinally accurate medicines for cough, for example, to personalized treatments. In the last 100 years, we've reached a point that we will never imagine a couple of years ago, such as the introduction of stem cells, gene therapies, or nanomedicine. What many people don't know is that the drug development process is very complex. Just to let you realize, a therapy that enters the market today is outdated already. Why? Because it has been studied and discovered 10 to 15 years ago. Indeed, the drug development process takes more than 15 years to go to market, with a success rate that is so low, such as only one over 5,000 molecules make it to the market. Also, the entire development cost over $2 billion to bring only one molecule to the market. During this period, there are certain studies called clinical trials that are performed to test the drug on patients, to understand which is the right therapeutic level, which is the adverse events on patients, such as we can see all the stuff written in the leaflets when we use medications. Every single trial enrolls patients that voluntarily undergo these procedures to test the drug, and it costs over 20 million for one single trial. We also know that the drug development process is already inefficient and complex. Most of the studies are delaying, and they still use pen and paper for data collection. It's hard to believe, but in a world where 2/3 of the population got a smartphone in their hands, we still have these important processes run with pen and paper solution. During the COVID, this has been highlighted even more. And for example, we have seen that almost 80% of the trials testing life-saving treatments got suspended or delayed due to COVID, because patients were following pen and paper-based protocols, needed to go physically to the doctor, needed to collect data manually, and to present them to the doctor. And in here, not only the pharmaceutical environment and the drug development process has been affected, but the health outcomes of patients. Many patients, as you see in the screen, got the delayed or canceled treatments. Think about cancer patients delaying the treatments that are very important in order to cure their disease. Also, parallelly, we have seen that the trials who managed to survive and not suspended during COVID were using digital health solution. So we can say that now, more than ever, it's time to change. It's time to digitalize, to monitor, engage, and collect data. But we need also to understand that sometimes digital is not enough. There are hundreds of digital solutions around in any industry. But in the case of patients, it's very important to keep them in the center of the process, to be patient-centric and empower patients. They are in the middle of a really complex process. As such, we need to find new ways, because there is not only important to collect data. Patients are not anymore subjects. They are proactive collaborators in the process. As so, we need to find new ways, because we see that during these studies, we experience low patient engagement. They don't feel proactively engaged. And so they don't follow therapy plans, they drop out from the study, they are not retained, with poor outcomes on their health outcomes, and also high costs in the average of 100 millions for the pharma every year. So what do we need actually to change this? We need to not only collect valuable data, but to engage patients. We have seen in other industries such as Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they engage people to actually be proactive in the process. So we need to reimagine patient engagement, and we can do this by following three pillars. Commit. COVID-19 accelerated the adoption of digital health solutions, and people will keep using them. We need to engage. Digital health solutions should be a regular part of the trials and care pathways in order to empower the patients and deliver better care. As the third point, we need to humanize. Thanks to the data collected by engaging patients, digital health should and will make personalized care a reality. As such, at PatchAI, we moved from a digital solution to a conversational AI solution to engage patients. During the 8 months we came into the market, we have seen 95% adherence and 9x on the protocol compliance compared to standard solution, pen and paper solutions. How we try to reimagine patient engagement? We took all these points, such as low patient engagement, low therapy adherence, and the need to stay close to the patients, to actually invent a virtual assistant that learns from patients' behaviors and health status and engage them through our conversation. We have a virtual assistant talking to patients like a friend would on WhatsApp, and reminding them to take their therapy as prescribed, to follow the rules, to make e-visits with the doctor. Everything is automated and AI-powered. And also we use this to inform the doctors and the pharma companies about what's going on in real time. In all of this, we have seen that 3 points are very, very important. Clinical trials permanently changed. We've seen that, and now more than ever, pharma needs to digitalize the process and virtualize many of the protocols, such as e-visits instead of physical visits. On the usage also of the integrated solutions, such as medical devices, for example, ECGs or a sphygmomanometer for the blood pressure, and other devices that can be integrated with the digital solutions and enables e-visits to be performed. Also, we've seen that the awareness among stakeholders definitely and finally changed. Pharma companies right now are running toward buying services for digital solutions to digitalize the clinical trials, because they have been burned right now during COVID because of the money loss and the people that actually got low health outcomes. Also, we have seen that digital solutions are not enough. We need digital solutions, but also we need digital solutions capable to engage patients in trials. And this will be the key factor that will differentiate the standard of the market in the next couple of years. Thank you very much. This is Alessandro Monterosso, co-founder and CEO at PatchAI.
I'm here. So anyone in the chat, do you have any questions for Alessandro, or you're going to leave them to me? Cool. Well, I got some questions for you, Alessandro. So with PatchAI, Jennifer Austin, she'd like to know a bit more about your team and backgrounds at PatchAI.
Sure, thank you, Jennifer. We are among the founders. There are clinicians, mostly clinicians. I'm a clinical research nurse by background. I was working for a couple of years in the conduction of these clinical studies, try to help patients with new therapies, and specifically oncology patients and pediatric patients. And actually, it happened during my on the shop floor job that I actually realized the need for something new, and the idea of PatchAI came out. PatchAI has an important meaning to us. Well, it doesn't only mean a patient chatbot, but it recalls the patch of the hospital and the symbol that recalls, and also the empathy of Patch Adams that we all know for the films. So the empathy, that is what differentiates us.
Cool. Well, thank you for that. And I have a question too. How does, when you talk about empathy in the software, have you thought about how that works kind of cross culture, or is that not something that would affect PatchAI?
Yeah, that is very, very, very important, and that's why we use machine learning techniques and AI in a different approach. So our virtual assistant does not use natural language understanding nor processing, and all the chatbot are closed questions. What is different is the way we change the personality of the bot. That is from learning by learning from patients. Indeed, while designing the conversation, we have a team of psychologists, nurses, doctors, and other researchers actually working together with patients and patient associations in developing the personalities, the variants, and the content of the chats. And while before entering in a new project, if we need to go in another country where the culture, of course, changes, we take local teams to support us in the process at the global level.
Well, thank you. And we have another question here from the chat. Do you think that you will break the barrier that is people would much rather talk to a person than a bot? As we can clearly see from support sites that use robotic assistants. So, yeah, I mean, basically, how do you, yeah, anything, you got the question.
Yeah, so we are experiencing that right now because usually patients are hard to monitor and to listen to in between the visits. So maybe patients enrolled in the studies might happen that go to visits once every 3 to 6 months. And then doctors are busy in the other things. So patients that wants to know something or to ask something to the healthcare professionals struggle to communicate with them. As such, as our empathetic virtual assistant is always available 24/7 and chat with the patients, communicating in real time and alerting the doctors if needed.
Okay, well, thank you for that. And any more questions, guys? Thank you, Steffi. Man, it sounds like an awesome product. It's a really cool idea. And I guess I'll give people a couple seconds here because it takes longer to type than to talk. So, if not, what do you see you guys in 1 year at PatchAI, if all goes well?
So we are very happy so far. We actually born 1.5 years ago. We are proud to also be Tech Sylvania and the Startup Avalanche alumni. Last year we've been attending Tech Sylvania physically, and we also won the first prize in the Startup Avalanche. After that boost, among the others, we've been able to grow from 4 full-time employees, actually the founders, to 21 as of today. And we actually gathered 2 out of the top 3 global pharmaceutical companies, such as Roche and Novartis. So we're working together with them to help patients and pharma itself. And next year, we want to actually grow up to 40 full-time employees, and to scale up globally, especially US.
Wow, that's awesome, man. So congratulations. Wish you the best of success in the future. I will be keeping an eye on you guys. And oh, wait, we have another question. How did PatchAI develop during COVID times? So guys, so just real quick, Alessandro, we have the next speaker in 1 minute. I'm gonna go introduce them. But if you would like to keep answering questions in the chat, you are more than welcome to. But thank you guys for being so interactive. I will see you soon.
Thank you very much. Questions. Okay, so if I can talk and you still listen me, to reply to the question of Andrei, during COVID, we experienced a surge into the demand, and thanks to the scalability of our product, we've been able to actually deploy an entire national-wide solution for Roche in 75 days. For oncology patients. Together with that, we also got several requests that we are working right now on. Actually, during COVID experience, we grown a lot. If there is any other questions, I'm here to reply before the next speaker will come in. Yes, in Italy, and specifically in Lombardy and Veneto, where actually we come from, COVID impacted a lot with thousands and thousands of deaths, as you have seen. and we try to do our best. We work night and days together also with the government and the pharmaceutical companies to actually try to develop as fast as possible our solution. And we also integrated a COVID self-triage module for pharma and patients, so that patients enrolled in trials that we were serving were able to self-triage and for COVID symptoms, and doctors would have been alerted in real time.
Hey, so thank you, everybody. Thank you, Alessandro. I guess it was a great session. I appreciate it.
Everyone. Bye-bye.
You guys.